Hey everybody, today we're taking a look at the 21st Century 3D, their brand new 3D rig. It's an evolution of their previous rig. It's called the BX4. I've used the BX3 quite a bit, worked with Jason Goodman on numerous projects. I've even flown the previous model with EX3s and a couple other configurations on some previous projects, Black Eyed Peas, 3D concert, and a couple other things as well. This is a significant improvement. I really can't understate that enough. The rig itself is around 11 pounds, and it's a similar design, but there's been some pretty major improvements and innovations. There's a new filter tray for the lenses, one that actually rotates with clicks so that you can actually use a linear polarizer on one of the lenses. Um, See me here getting my steadicam arm ready.
Handle like a dream.
Pretty awesome. Too much spring.
Too much spring.
That's always a good problem.
Yeah, exactly.
See, it was set for the stereo cam. So I actually had just finished testing the new Stereotech rig the day before at Radiant Images, and in a not really close to shoot configuration, it weighed 68 pounds. The BX4 here is actually, we're shooting with it. It's got everything you need to shoot. Got motors on the focus and everything, and it was 58 pounds, so an easy 10 pounds lighter. And so that was a huge difference, and I can't understate that. 10 pounds on a Steadicam
Segway
is a lot.
the only way to fly in 3D.
If you have the means, I highly recommend it. As Ferris Bueller would say.
Yeah.
So, making a joke about the how great the Segway is, but it's a really pretty indispensable tool
It's really good.
Yeah.
for 3D.
This whole thing you got going on right now,
Nicely balanced.
that where it's cut out right here, so it doesn't.
Yeah.
Cause look when I'm going
Hey, your
down.
arm is right there.
It's a perfect space right there, and I can see right through my monitor.
So yeah, I was just mentioning about have a good view to the monitor.
That's actually a pretty big operating point where it's makes it opens up what you can do with it. So this is real comfortable like this.
Swing all the way around.
There's a lot of room around
You
the
didn't have
gimbal.
the rods and all this stuff really far back.
So it's not crashing into your body.
So I can actually come around it. Like I was going like this. Like say we're going around you, and actually want to switch over. You can. I mean, it's better when you're not on the segment. But it's really good. I mean, it's just it doesn't even compare to 3.5.
You can operate all day on
I
this.
did the football thing with James Franklin 3D.
Yeah.
2.5 hours between when I picked it up and I docked it.
Yeah, I mean,
I know we were like chasing football players.
This is the way to do it, man. You don't know where that thing on
That's
your
why
body.
I bought it. It's
So we're just spilling the virtues of the Segway for 3D use, especially. I mean, this rig is way lighter than a lot of other rigs at 58 pounds, but your actors will get tired before you do. You can go up to 12 miles an hour, as you see me flying by here at around 10. So it really opens up what you can do with a heavier camera on your Steadicam. So opens up some great shot possibilities that you could never have before in a 3D movie. So it's a really great thing. Now I also I hung it up and put it on my vest, and it's pretty much as expected. I mean, you definitely feel the weight. I mean, it's 58 pounds, but that's a huge improvement over the 75 and even above that. I mean, 80, 90 pounds that some operators have had to do in the past in the recent, in some of the recent movies. I think the 3D Steadicam rig on Hugo was like close to 80 or 90. So I mean, this is a huge, just night and day. So here's some footage of me running with it. I mean, that's a pretty fast run. There's no way you can do that with a 75-pound rig. You're certainly going to take heavier steps. So I mean, that's pretty good. Here's a little bit of a different technique that sometimes we use when we run. It works just as good. But so my final thoughts on it are that it's a really good rig for Steadicam. I mean, maybe second only to the Steadiflex, the screen plane. But this is a full size rig with a full size mirror box. So if this is the only rig you're going to take on a shoot, it's a good choice. He's renowned for having really good optics on the beam splitter mirror. So it can also be fully motorized via C-motion. So I mean, all in all, it's a great option. So I'm really happy that it's on the market now, and excited to possibly work with it. But it's really good maneuverability around the gimbal. There's not that much hanging off the back of the camera, so it's not as bad as other rigs. There's definitely a little bit of counterbalance there. We put the C-motion came and the sync box in the back there, but it's still plenty to maneuver. It's not enough that it becomes a problem. You can still maneuver around it if you need to switch over. It's all in all, it's a huge improvement over the BX3 for Steadicam. It's night and day. So I mean, the last thing that, in case it wasn't clear, the cameras do move opposite of each other, so it is just as balanced as a Steadiflex or a Freestyle when you're moving I/O. So as you can tell, this one wasn't anodized. It's not exactly the final version. He's actually going to shave off a little bit more weight from it and make a few little tweaks to some of the design aspects, but it's pretty much the final version. So can't wait to get my first job on it, and I highly recommend it. So that's about it for today. I'd like to thank Jason Goodman over at 21st Century 3D, and make sure to check out his website for more information on him and the rigs. Email him if you need rates. Other than that, make sure to also check out my website and my blog. Lots of good stuff on there. And if you have any questions about my rates and availability, or any questions regarding 3D on your next project, make sure to contact me, and I'll be more than happy to answer all your questions. All right, see you on the next one.